Consistency the mission, we just level up the place, yeah. Forex trading, Shopway 15.
Let's buy strikers. Trade safe. Trade smart. And dominate.
Yeah. Smart action trading. Spot trackers. We ain't chasing hype. We chasing structure. Look. I came from the bottom where the charts move reckless. Everybody online selling dreams, no direction. I was studying candles while they flexing their possessions. Now the whole team eating off discipline progression. See, the market don't care about emotion or your ego. One bad trade turned a winner to a zero. That's why I move calm, real surgical with the reload. Waiting on the setup, patience sharper than the needle. None of me, yeah, the pressure start building. Everybody over trading, I'm just watching how they feeling. Shockwave on the chart and the moment start revealing how the levels line up and the confidence appeal. I used to chase every move, now I'm focused on precision. Cut the noise out the room, and destruction my religion. Took losses on the chin, turned pain into tuition. Now the whole playbook different when you trade with a vision. Structure over noise, yeah, we moving with a plan. Real traders build slow, we ain't rushing for the bands. Let's buy strikers in the building, put the discipline in hand. Smart action trading, yeah, we teach them how to stand. Structure over noise, we don't care but we prepare. Every boss another lesson, every win come from awareness. That's the motto every day. Consistency the mission, we just level up the play. See, I done seen the fake gurus come and go quick. Screenshots look good, but the lifestyle don't fit. We was in the trenches, really building through the losses. Learning risk management before I ever taught profits. Now it's live streams, game plans, market breakdowns. Everybody's locked in, why don't we can't stay now? AI tools, flow data, levels mapped out. Trade assist engine got the whole team spaced out. Ever needed Mambos just to prove I got results. I learned to teach a trader how to never self-destruct. Cause one good system with discipline enough can change your whole life when the pressure gets tough. That's why the movement bigger than a Discord or a trade. It's a mindset shift, watch the confidence get raised. From beginner to advance, every lesson get engraved. Repeat, refine, that's the way greatness made. Structure over noise, yeah, we mean for where to plan. Real traders build slow, we ain't rushing for the band. Structure over noise, yeah, we moving with a plan. Real traders build slow, they ain't rushing for the band. Let's buy strikers in the building, put the discipline in hand. Smart action trading, yeah, we teach them how to stand. Structure over noise, new name, we to pay. Every loss another lesson, every leg go from awareness. That's the motto, everything. Consistency the mission, we just level up the place, yeah. Forex trading, Shopway 15.
Let's buy strikers. Trade safe. Trade smart. And dominate.
Yeah. Smart action trading. Spot trackers. We ain't chasing hype. We chasing structure. Look. I came from the bottom where the charts move reckless. Everybody online selling dreams, no direction. I was studying candles while they flexing their possessions. Now the whole team eating off discipline progression. See, the market don't care about emotion or your ego. One bad trade turned a winner to a zero. That's why I move calm, real surgical with the reload. Waiting on the setup, patience sharper than the needle. None of me, yeah, the pressure start building. Everybody over trading, I'm just watching how they feeling. Shockwave on the chart and the moment start revealing how the levels line up and the confidence appeal. I used to chase every move, now I'm focused on precision. Cut the noise out the room, made destruction my religion. Took losses on the chin, turned pain into tuition. Not a hard playbook, different when you trade with a vision. Structure over noise, yeah, we moving with a plan. Real traders build slow, we ain't rushing for the bands. That's why strikers in the building, put the discipline in hand. Smart action trading, yeah, we teach them how to stand. Structure over noise, we don't care when we prepare. Every boss another lesson, every win come from awareness. Trust over noise, that's the motto every day. Consistency the mission, we just level up the play. See, I done seen the fake gurus come and go quick. Screenshots look good, but the lifestyle don't fit. We was in the trenches, really building through the losses. Learning risk management before I ever taught profits. Now it's live streams, game plans, market breakdowns. Everybody's locked in, why don't you can't stake now? AI tools, flow data, levels mapped out. Trade assist engine got the whole team spaced out. Ever need a man bows just to prove I got results. I learned to teach a trader how to never self-destruct. Cause one good system with discipline enough can change your whole life when the pressure gets tough. That's why the movement bigger than a Discord or a trade. It's a mindset shift, watch the confidence get raised. From beginner to advance, every lesson get engraved. Repeat, refine, that's the way greatness made. Structure over noise, yeah, we mean for with a plan. Real traders build slow, we ain't rushing for the band. Structure over noise, yeah, we moving with a plan. Real traders build slow, they ain't rushing for the band. Spot strikers in the building, put the discipline in hand. Smart actions later, yeah, we teach them how to stand. Structure over noise, ni un tiempo y tu pe. Every loss another lesson, every leg go from awareness. Flow. That's the motto, everything. Consistency the mission, we just level up the place, yeah. Forex trading, sharp way 15.
Let's buy strikers. Trade safe. Trade smart. And dominate.
Top of the morning, traders, and happy Tuesday, July 7th, and welcome to the most value packed live trader show, where we live trade, breakdown charts, cover high impact events, and talk trader mindset. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday and is ready to kick off another opportunity filled day. We're looking to gap down across a lot of the major semiconductor names. We did get some breaking news. Okay, the news is from this morning. Okay, DeepSeek looking to make its own chips, reducing NVIDIA dependence, and this is sending a ripple effect across the semiconductor space. A lot of those major names are starting to pull back, looking to gap down. All right, this is news, so it doesn't mean you just come into the market and short. All right, so it's very important to let the market digest the data, and let's see how it feels about this data. That's what's really that's what's really pulling back the markets, and we'll pay attention to how that impacts the markets. The Dow continues to push the upside, shows strength, and the Qs are starting to push to the downside. Okay, so as we're coming in, guys, make sure to like the video on YouTube. Let's get the likes up. 100 likes will do the giveaway. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And let's start. Let's begin our day trading. What happened yesterday stays yesterday. What happened today will stay in today. Look to take advantage of the best opportunities, guys. Stick to your plan. No major catalyst off the open for us today. Just a bunch of yellow folded catalysts you want to take into account. Okay, so we're officially open here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So nice little gap down to open things up. Primarily being driven by semiconductors. All right, so let's see if there's some legitimacy behind that. Keeping a close eye on NVIDIA as well. Okay. Keeping a close eye on NVIDIA as well. Okay. See what SPY does here. Let that 1 minute candle settle in. Got SPY on the 5. Good morning, guys. Good morning. morning, D. Good morning, Sid. Good morning, good morning. Good day, thank you. Good day to you as well. God bless you too, Fishman, as always. Job 42:10. And the Lord turned his captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Pray for others and be blessed. Amen. Amen as always, Fishman. Thank you for speaking life into the chat every single day. Good morning, guys. Make sure to like the video as you're coming in. Smash the like button. Okay, Tesla's starting to come into that PMH territory. Tesla's starting to approach PMH. Tesla approaching PMH. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So the market is trying to digest some of that data. Or some of that news. SNDK down 6%. MRVL down 5%. ARM down 2%. Dell down. Meta looking promising above PMH. Google. See who can start to push. SPY. That gap down not sufficient for me to mark out. Okay, SPY starting to see a nice little push to the upside. Okay, we're above that PMH on SPY. See if we can hold. We're starting to see the Qs get bought off those lows. Where's the Dow? Okay, Dow's starting to pull back, testing that VWAP the first 5 minutes of the day. Meta 600. Keep a close eye on Meta 600. I'm going to pay attention to Walmart here. So this is the big news, guys. The big news. Does anyone recall the DeepSeek? What year was that? When DeepSeek sent shockwaves across the market. Nvidia pulled back. The entire market got impacted. And within a week or so, we were back on track. PMA trap. We'll see. And it's very congested in this territory, team. Very congested in this territory. Be mindful that VIX is starting to wake up here. Palantir bouncing off those lows. A lot of congestion here. Good morning, CKX. Good morning, Poman. Good morning, guys. Good morning. 100 likes, all right? So the 100 likes is the goal. Pre-existing position, I do have some Netflix swings I decided to hold on to. I want to see Netflix break down. Position was up at the time of closure. Did get a nice relief pop to the upside. And now it's down about 40%. But I'm looking to hang on to that. Outside of that, no trade so far. Okay, we're starting to see VIX get above 16, guys. VIX get above 16. SNDK falling off a cliff, guys. SNDK is down $133. All right, down 7%. MRVL down 7%. ARM down 4%. Intel down 8%. MU down 7%. AMD down 7%. TSM down 3%. Nvidia down 1.4%. Nvidia actually pushing the upside, surprisingly. All right, so don't get caught up chasing those names because guess what's going to happen? Their IV is going to be elevated. Apple pulling back. VIX above 16. See if you can hold above 16. Intel taking the biggest hit, guys. Q's pulling back. Dow pulling back as well. So it looks like the Q's are dragging the Dow. Okay, in turn, that's dragging SPY. So major test here for SPY, that PML. Okay, you can see in this instance, we trapped above that PMH. All right, we are starting to see a nice little sell-off. BAC, financials, that's something good to keep in mind. Walmart, if we get a rotation to the Dow and the sell-off occurs in tech, all right, and it still sends a ripple effect across the board, all right, then Walmart, and we start to see some strengthening down, Walmart will be a candidate for the rotation play, all right? But so far, the Dow's also selling off. Your volume is low. Okay, let me know how the volume is now. How's the volume now? Strikers, how's the volume on your end? How's the volume on your end? Let me open up the chat. Volume was good? Okay. Good. Apple falling off a cliff. Nvidia surprisingly pushing to the upside. Google starting to push as well to the upside. Okay, we got the PMH. Okay, boom, selling pressure. We drop. Coming to PML. A little bit of buying pressure. Do we pop back up to where? That daily open. All right, so there can be a lot of back and forth. So in this area we discussed with our team, right, if we're below certain areas, the best type of setups are support, resistance type of setups. Apple to the downside does look appealing. Amazon to the downside does look appealing as well. Okay, a lot of those names that were dumping, semiconductor names are starting to get bought off those lows. So number one question becomes, is this a dead cat bounce? Is it a dead cat bounce? Google also looks appealing as well. Nice rejection on the 16 on the VIX. Okay, so they're starting to bounce. Is this a legitimate bounce that it could eventually to structural shift for a move to the upside, or is this a dead cat bounce that leads us to slide back to downside? As far as SPY is concerned, still within PML and PMH. All right. SMH has been a winner for long term. I might buy more. Yep. SMH is it down? Is it down more than 20%? I didn't get a measure on it this morning. Okay, volume is better now, guys. Thank you for the update. Fishman and William, as you're coming in, guys, smash the like button. We've been a little light on the likes, all right? So make sure to do that. Make sure to do your part. I'll do my part. Provide value every single day. Okay, sell-off continues. Okay, now Nvidia's starting to get that nice little sell-off. I don't think the volume is too much of an issue on Google Meets. I think it's more on YouTube. YouTube is a little more sensitive. All right, because it's going through OBS then to YouTube. On Google Meets, it's just directly. It's basically went from the mic straight to Google Meets. Apple sell-off does look appealing. Tesla also pushing to downside. Apple to downside. Apple's also retesting that weekly upside breaker. Apple did tap very close into the all-time highs. Apple has made a nice 2-3 day run to the upside, so there might be some signs of profit taking. So if you're looking to buy a pullback on Apple, okay, have your levels marked out. Hit the like 3 times. Appreciate it. Okay. Protecting that PML. All right. So you cannot look for those expansions quite yet. There's no expansions quite yet. Nice rejection of that 16. Amazon candidate to downside. Amazon's hourly chart, not the cleanest, but is a candidate to downside. Amazon looking at the 240s. Puts on Amazon. Looking at the 240s. Nvidia, Doji on the 15. Intel trying to go 2 down, 2 up. Okay. Again, still not in the clear. Might be a dead cat bounce. Broadcom did actually push the upside, starting to wick back lower. JPM slide to the downside. Apple pulling back. That Apple bounce is going to be hard to short Apple off those structural lows, like lower lows into lower lows, because if we have some of the weekly levels coming to play. That 309.42 Keep a close eye on that. Palantir not doing much. Amazon, man, okay. Meta is the one that's continuing to push the upside. We have some clean chart on Meta. We know the importance of that 600 level on the Meta. It got above 600. Now starting to push the upside above 600. Starting to push above that 600. SPY's jammed between this PML and this level here. Amazon, I do like Amazon to the downside. Google to the upside. Google, I like the 375s calls. Google is waiting for the market to wake up. So Amazon puts, keep that on watch. Google calls, keep that on watch. Strikers. SPY. Nothing I love with SPY. So if I decide to take a trade with SPY, if we're within this structure, guys, I'm looking for quick scalps. Okay, looking for quick pops, my favor. Double-digit appreciation. And see you later. All right. Google to the upside does look favorable. We do have some higher time frame alignment. Amazon to the downside, targeting that PML can come into play. If you're looking for bounce, Apple bounce, Meta expansion, continued expansion to the upside can come into play as well. So a handful of candidates. Microsoft just falling off a cliff. Okay, nice push on Google. I want to see Google hold above that PMH. I want to see Google hold above that PMH. If you took that PMH break on Google above 370.48, manage accordingly. If you're in and your entry's at 370 or below, you're laughing to the bank. You're in good position. Nvidia trying to emerge here. All right, so Google is what I like. Look at the Qs, guys. Qs, look at that wick on the Qs. All right, they dumped and they're getting bought up. See if they can close above that PML. If you're looking for retest on Google, shallow 370.48, 370.48. SPY testing that daily open. Let's head over to Google real quick. What I love about the click key levels, guys, is just it's automatically there. Right, it's automatically there, so it just minimize the amount of drawings I'm making. Right, the break was PMH break, so that's it's going to provide a retest, of course. Okay, you're in the retest camp. If you're in the continued highs leading to higher highs, all right, then shockwave will be there. SPY's right here, guys. Strikers. We're gonna keep it a close eye on SPY there, of course, as usual. Small caps falling off a cliff. So if you're looking to go short, small caps have the most amount of weakness. The down small caps leading the way to the bottom. It's a race to the bottom for those two names. And small caps did fall below that rejection zone. Okay. So keep a close eye on Google. For nice little continued expansion. Okay. Google, these are 1 DTEs expiring tomorrow. You can go with the 380s, you can go with the 375s, you can go at the money as well. Okay, whichever one works. best for you. Do your due diligence. Keep in mind, guys, this is not financial advice. You guys know the protocol. Small caps. See if they can continue to fall off a cliff. IWM. The 298 puts. See if IW can continue to push the downside. You don't take puts on IW. If you did, beautiful job. Look at IWM, guys. IWM has room to 297.71. IWM has room to 297.71. Wow, what a drop on IW. SPY, if we can get past this major support and validate that double bottom, has room to this weekly open. Okay. I'll be there for the retest on IW. Small caps. Okay, see Google start to go. Give me an entry model Goog. Give me a pullback entry Google. I'm looking at the 380s on Google. Okay, I want that recapture on Goog. Start to pull back a little bit. See if you can resurface. Okay, I'll take Google right there. I'm in the Google calls. Stop, close below this territory. First trade of the day, Google calls up 9%. TP if you need to, guys, up 13. It's 18%. I'm gonna take a majority off right there at 18%. Okay. Okay, couldn't get filled for that. Let me try again. Okay, there we go. 18%. Down to runners on Google. Beautiful trade, guys. I want Google to stay above that level. Who took Google with me? If you took Google, manage accordingly. 18% in less than a minute, guys. If you took IWM or Google, congratulations. See if the runners can run. That would be great. Turn to marathon runners. I'm going to use that 9. Okay, I'm going to use that 9. I'll give it about a minus 5% buffer. All right, so that 9 EMA will be my line in the sand. Man, small caps falling off a cliff, team. Small caps falling off a cliff. See if buyers can resurface here. Quick 18%. So my motto is just scalp, scalp, scalp. I don't want Google to break below that 9. No close below this 9. Okay. Don't close below it. You're fine. Okay. SPY headed towards his territory here. SPY not doing much. The motto is scalp, scalp, scalp. Walmart, guys. Walmart's starting to push the upside. Man, small caps falling off a cliff. Who took Google? If you took Google, if you took Walmart, if you took IWM to the downside, congratulations. Okay, your work is done. Remember, less is more, team. Less is more. SPY not doing much. What is there for us to take on SPY? Nothing too clean. Okay, so we go somewhere else. Okay, so in the summer months is about you're trading the setups over tickers. Walmart, if you can come back, Walmart, if it's meant to be. Okay, if it's meant to be, come back to me. If it's meant to be, come back to me. Q is also looking to break down as well, so it's basically a race to the bottom, led by small caps. So we just need a relief pop on SPY and the Qs. The fact that everything's selling off, Google wants to go, but it's just everything's falling off a cliff. All right, so in the moment that everything starts to pick up, we can see that nice push. My motto is here, guys, no close on the one below that 9. Okay. 18% extraction already. Okay, we were able to get compensated for our work. If you took Walmart, beautiful. If you're playing that rotation theme. All right, so as long as we don't close below here, I'm going to hang on to Goog because I do like that higher time frame. Look, I like how the higher time frame looks. We're just waiting for some kind of relief pop off of some support levels, trap some sellers down there. Okay, on Goog, so I'll hang on to Goog here. Walmart retest, Amazon starting to break. Speaking of Goog, about to get stopped out on Goog. So no close below that 9. Very, very tight trail. Right there is a 9. I can tap into it, but I don't want that 1 minute candle to close under it. Okay. I want to close under it. See if we can push the upside. It's going to be predicated on what SPY does here. If SPY breaks down here, more than likely will drag Google to the downside. Okay, I'll see it through. Okay, SPY is starting to break. See if Google can stabilize. All right, Google's trying to hold, guys. Google is trying to hold. Amazon's starting to push the upside. Google is trying its hardest. Okay, I'll get out of Google there. So stop that on Google. So runners could really run. Extracted at 18, then stopped out on the runners. Now SPY will probably wants to get that weekly open. Netflix getting hammered. That's an overnight position. Netflix decides to go the other way today. We got Walmart. Walmart looking nice. So Google turned out to be a nice little scalp. A Tesla falling off a cliff. VIX spiking. All right. So if you're taking the breakdown via shockwave, okay, guys, you have room. You have room into this right here. Right. That's your window. Okay, that's your window. Okay, that's your window. Okay. From here to there. For some reason, Webull is lagging here. If SPY can bounce off this territory, Google might go here. Just needs a relief pop from the indexes. How are we doing, strikers? How are we doing? How are we doing, guys? Yeah. Anyone? Webull lagging for anyone else? Okay, now I can't open the options chain. It's like flickering. Google, nice break on Google. If you took that, congratulations. SPY falling off a cliff. Everything falling off a cliff, and Google going the opposite way. Look at that, guys. Google, a nice breakout on Google. Anyone take Google? Walmart pulling back. Small caps leading to the downside, guys. It's like a race to the bottom. All of them are on the same page. Okay. So outside of Google and Amazon, everything is just dumping. Okay, SPY, if you waited for this nice breakdown, guys, all right, you have room to here. Use the key levels as little pockets, all right, little pockets. Little pockets. If you look at small caps chart, that is the most beautiful chart you're going to find. It doesn't get more beautiful than that. So my small cap, my IWM army. Wonderful, wonderful job. All right, it's hard to long Google here when everything's just falling off a cliff, even though Google has a lot of strength. Right, so let's see if some buyers can pick this thing up a little bit. So you get a nice little dead cat bounce type of setup. Tesla, nice fall off a cliff on Tesla. Walmart continues to push to the upside. Okay, so that nice buyer step in. Back to downside setup can come into play. If this doesn't hold up, we get that complete breakdown that can continue to push. But to me here, the puts are too pricey for me here. All right, because any kind of wick to the upside can trigger a stop. So the best way to approach this is have runners in this area to see there's more room to downside. Okay, everything is dumping to the downside, guys. 2 minutes away from a new hourly candle. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. Like the video. Let's get the likes up. We have close to 200 people joining us this morning. If you're a first-time viewer, let us know where you're joining from. Long-time viewers, take the next steps. All right, there's a few spots left to join our community. Delay for ad-free stream, along with access to a ton of resources at your disposal. Make sure to do that, guys. All that is available. Google, I don't mind engaging Google once again. I don't mind doubling down on Google once we start to get a little bit of buying activity across the indexes. Right? We just need a relief pop because everything is synchronized at this point. Until then, it's hard to take anything long unless it's off the lows. Look at this, guys. Anyone take this breakdown here? Took Tesla. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me open up on the big screen. Took Tesla. Let's go. Tesla was gorgeous. 45%. IWM daily goal. Puts 20% Google. Good, good, good. All right, so Google had to take that quick scalp as everything was dumping. If Google can resurface, we know it has relative strength. That'd be great. Walmart also pulling back in. Microsoft. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft starting to push double top formation there on Microsoft. So when everything was dumping, was pumping. Now everything's starting to bounce. Microsoft is dumping. PMH test on Google. Walmart pulling back. Okay. Who's done for the day? And now in those 30 minutes, guys, there was an opportunity to be done for the day in those 30 minutes. All right. If you caught SPY, a little tricky to catch this. If you caught IWM, that's a little cleaner. Tesla, Walmart, Google. All right. So see profit, take profit is the motto, team. I want Google to resurface. I can re-engage. Same setup. If SPY makes a nice drive back into that PML, that can give Google just enough room, just enough room for it to push. So it might be a double dipper on Goog here into the highs of the day. We just need SPY to get that reclaim. Now if you're on retrace reject duty, all right, retrace reject right there. Target these lows here. All right, keep in mind, SPY is giving us about a 45-cent runway. If it's trading internal to that, if it's trading below that weekly downside breaker, 45% run, 45% runway is all we get. That's all the room is giving. If you took this retrace reject, you got rewarded fairly quickly. Fairly quickly. Be careful on Weeble, guys. A little bit laggy on my end. It's like flickering. All right. Anyone else having that flickering issue? We have 170, 180 people joining us this morning, guys. I just watched a Strat Part 1 video yesterday. Great video. Appreciate it. I'm glad that you found value. I don't see Part 2. So Part 2, didn't get around to record Part 2. Right, but we will do it. I might have to re-record that entire series. I know the audio is a little bit choppy on that. But I'm glad that you did find value. Who's done for the day, guys? Who's done for the day? Who's done for the day? I'd love to see the done for the days. Yeah, Weeble's flickering as well. Yeah, mine as well. Mine as well. So you can not trade if you want, or if you're looking to trade, just cut your size all the way down. All right, just practice that. So just in case something does happen, okay, you're reducing your risk surface. All right, so I did notice that as well. So it looks like it's not just me. Some platforms are flickering. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. 100 likes before 10:30 is the goal. All right, 100 likes before 10:30 is the goal. We can easily get there. Okay, easy get there if everyone gets on the same page. We've had so far more than 400 people stop by. Okay. Nvidia looking to break that upside. Apple still internal. Tesla going for that retrace reject. Okay, SPY went for the retrace reject here. If you miss that downside push, you see that coming in, you got to take it. I know it's volatile. I know it's can be a little scary, but if it's your setup, you got to take it. You got to define the risk and you got to shoot your shot. Okay, you got to take it. I'm keeping an eye on my friend Google here. If SPY can go double bottom here, okay, and start to base out here, that might give Google just what it needs. I have a key level below us, right? That's all Google is waiting for. The buyers to step back in. Walmart, nice bounce on Walmart. Tesla, nice retrace reject on Tesla. So it's a race to the bottom. In this 15-minute stretch, SPY is leading the way to the downside. Everything else is still inside, internal to that prior 15-minute range. Best hope for the bulls here is double bottom. That's the best hope for the bulls. Let's quickly see what's going on across the board. Intel, that was a dead cat bounce. The downside continues to slide. MU, lower low structurally. TSM, okay, nice double bottom going for that triple touch of that support. We got Nvidia pushing to the upside, surprisingly. Broadcom, okay, within that massive candles range still. TSM, very choppy. Google, okay, holding above that PMH. Apple still internal to that range. That 312.90 retest can come into play on Apple. We got JPM choppy there. Palantir choppy there. We got Amazon. Okay, Amazon nice push to that Nice push. Rejects off that PMH. We got Meta. We got Microsoft. Nice double tap with Microsoft. If SPY can start double bottom there, the names that already had pre-existing strength can start to see a pop to the upside. Who's done for the day, guys? The last trade on SPY that was available was this retrace reject into the lows of the day, into the support that will give you at least a double-digit appreciation. All right, at least a double-digit appreciation. IWM count, call me in. All right, call me if you get back to that initial break level. Okay, look for tweezer bottoms. Tweezer bottoms off that double bottom territory. Keeping a close eye on Goog. NVIDIA calls. Available for the taking. Tesla dancing. Demand, be careful of view up projection. Yeah, Tesla trying to get above it. PML is holding right there. I like that. Dancing on demand. At demand. Two-step shuffle. Two-step shuffle at demand. Okay. So one trade so far. 20% nice, nice, nice. Looking for more opportunities here. NVIDIA, don't trust NVIDIA. Especially with the news. Palantir starting to come into play, 136.07. VIX is above 16. It looks like SPY is leading everyone to the downside. So Qs are still internal to that prior candles range. So is IW. So SPY already took out those lows. All right, but we're starting to bottom here a little bit. All right, so it's almost like you have to be short into support rather than short at support. You have to have a pre-existing short position going into support. That's when you start to see those larger appreciations. Walmart coming into play. Let's take a look at Walmart. I actually don't have Walmart on my watch list. Let me put Walmart. Walmart, the 113s. I'll add that to the watch. See if Walmart can recapture. Okay, I want to see a nice recapture on Walmart. Get back above it, and I'll take it. Okay, I'll take Walmart right there. As it's curling back up. Stop on Walmart is all the way at that 112.72. So I'm in the Walmart calls. And that coincides beautifully with VWAP. Okay, Walmart calls. Up 5%, manage accordingly. Looking to possibly scale out double digits. See you get some follow through behind Walmart. Okay. As SPY continues to dump, see if we can rotate into Walmart. SPY continues to drop, guys. So I moved on from Google is also an option, but we need the indexes to bottom out. Walmart, see Walmart can knock out those highs. Okay, if you need to TP at 9-10%, do so, guys. All right, that's not easy to come by in a short period of time. Okay, I want to see Walmart get into 113.34. All right, already saw 10% appreciation. If that's your TP, all right, Make money, walk away. Good, good, good. I want to see it get above that 113.34. Because Walmart has a potential. Okay, I'll opt not to take it there for this break. I like that position right there. Okay. 113.34 will be my push. SPY continues to dump here. SPY is getting very close to that daily downside breaker, prior day's lows. All the indexes are on the same page. All the indexes are on the same page. Let's see what Walmart got for us. So I want a little more on Walmart. Get that continued push. Here we go. Weeble doing the flickering dance again. All right, just be careful, guys. Okay, even the buttons are a little weird. SPY headed towards that daily downside breaker, team. I mean, just complete sell-off. Okay, Walmart up 12. I'm going to take a majority off right there at 12, down to runners for good measure. Okay. My stop on Walmart is going to be that PMH. No close below PMH. So take a majority off at 12 on Walmart for a quick scalp. Right at that 113.34. Right, you can see. And the SPY continues to dump. So I want Walmart to stay above that daily open. That daily open in that PMH zone. So no close below there. So second trade of the day. And interestingly enough, as we're dumping, all right, I'm going the opposite way. So it goes to show you that even though we're dumping, there's going to be some opportunities to the upside. Okay. So I'll hang on to Walmart as long as we stay above that daily open. So if the market is dumping, scalps for those calls can come into play. This retrace reject was nice on SPY. That was there for the taking. All right, that was right there for the taking. If you took that, good, good, good. Tesla retrace reject as well. That was gorgeous. Is that our friend Goog? Is Goog entering the chat? So see if Goog can hold up. SPY is coming to that daily downside breaker, prior day's lows, guys. If SPY can get some kind of bounce here, that's going to give Goog a little fuel to push the upside. But it's going to be hard for Goog to go. It can't make a journey to the upside on its own, even if the market is dumping. But SPY, guys, TP2 hit. Look at all the indexes. Everything's selling off. Walmart, see if Walmart can get above that 113.34 decisively for that breakout. I'll be there for it with runners. All right. Hard to take a majority off at 12%. Wow. Anyone take this retrace reject? Okay, despite this messy action, guys, Shockwave still gives you an opportunity. The VIX is out of here, team. VIX is at 1634. VIX continues to go. See if that candle can go orange, green. There we go. Walmart breaking out. There we go, Walmart. So we're seeing a rotation right there. Look at SPY, guys. Walmart up 15%. TP if you need to, guys. All right, 15%. Less than 10 minutes of work. Set up on Walmart. Okay, this is it. Shockwave comes into it, bounces, we take it again. All right. I want Walmart to hold up. See if Walmart can stay above that candle open. If it can, that'd be great. Okay, Walmart, no close below PMH. Okay, no close below PMH on the 5. Daily downside break, a retrace reject. That's 2 trades, guys. 2 trades. Both trades worked in our favor. Yielded a nice double-digit return in less than 5 minutes. If you took the puts to the downside, congratulations. All right, retrace reject. Lots of opportunities to downside. All right, so pick your name, pick your setup, have conviction, and take it. How we doing, strikers? How we doing, guys? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? SpaceX and 74.50 coming down at critical level there for SpaceX. I actually like dumping. I actually like Walmart as we're dumping. Intel 50%. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. So the entire market is dumping. So in this case with Walmart, I'm playing the rotation. All right, let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up. We got 65 likes. Close to 200 people in the chat. All right, so first shift, that's going to be all the trades I take during first shift. Outside of a pre-existing trade from yesterday, late day yesterday, all the intraday trades from today worked out nicely. Okay, despite taking the calls on Google and on Walmart. So I'm going to hang on to my friend Walmart here. Okay, SPY continues to fall off a cliff, so the low-hanging retrace reject is going to be off this territory here. I'm going to take a look at Walmart on a different screen and bring SPY back up here. So again, if you're a trend trader, if you're respecting those EMAs, you're liking this, all right, on SPY. So Walmart, I'm going to move my stop on Walmart to that 9. All right, so at least, so if market continues to dump, Walmart will continue to dump. If market starts to bounce, Walmart will start to dump. So I'll give it until break even. Okay, I'll close Walmart right there. I break very close to break even. All right. Now let's go revisit Google. So done with Walmart. Thank you very much, Walmart. Pleasure doing business as always. So SPY trying to get a nice little bounce off of this TP2. All right. Okay, so you see how we're in it just for the perfect amount of time. If you decide to hold a little longer, you could have extracted 50% plus if you had the exact same entry. So SPY has not come and tested that 9 EMA yet. 9 EMA test on the 5 is going to be in this territory. Let me bring this to your attention real quick, guys. Look at the 15-minute time frame. Nothing but selling. All right, so 15 minutes, 30 minutes of selling. Are there any buyers? Are there any buyers today? If we start to pick up to the upside, guys, I'll look to take Google to the upside. And that'll be it for the day. Okay. We will still flicker here. So my horse in the race would be Google if it can wake up. If Google can wake up, count me in. Back into highs of the day. So on SPY, retrace, reject, reclaims come into play. So again, these lows are going to be a major level to pay attention to. Okay. Test area right there. We're colliding with some of the EMAs on the lower time frame on the 1. Okay, if you're green up until now, guys, you can be done for the day. All right, you can be done for the day. I took SPY to the downside. I'm done for the day. Beautiful job, beautiful job, beautiful job. Good, good, good. Okay, so despite the action, guys, this has been a really, really smooth morning. All right, just picking our spots effectively. Being patient. My friend Google looks like it wants to go. I want to see if Google can hold above that level. So I don't mind paying a little extra, waiting for confirmation. Let's call that confirmation tax. All right, when you wait for confirmation, the nature of confirmation, guys, is you're going to have to pay a higher price for those contracts. All right, so think of it like confirmation tax. So instead of getting those, let's use an example, instead of getting those contracts for $1 even, you probably have to get them for 105, 107. Factor that into your stop as well. But think of it like that. If SPY starts to push the upside, guys, Google is the way. That's gonna be my horse in the race. Okay, I'll take Google right there. Can I get filled at 70? Okay, filled right there. So I'm in Google. Stop, same stop. Okay, same stop. So double dip on Google here. Conservative is my stop on Google. Into the highs of the day. SPY has found a bottom. More than likely, SPY can flag back the downside, but see if SPY can at least start to gradually push it to the upside. My stop on Google is at daily open. All right, so second attempt on Google. First attempt worked out nicely. This is my second go on Google, double dip. But again, SPY needs to go. SPY bear flag here on SPY. See if we can absorb that. That's selling and just stay stable. Stable meaning stay above that 9. If you can start to, if SPY can possibly go double bottom there, that can help Google work its way to 373.16, 373.15 territory. All right, so Google, second trade on Google. So 3 trades today, guys. 2 on Google, 1 on Walmart, none on SPY. Although there was a couple opportunities on SPY. Okay. One of my screens keeps going out. I didn't get a chance to replace this screen over the weekend. But this weekend, definitely replacing the screen. There might be time for the 48-inch curve monitor and not deal with multiple screens anymore. It's just my setup here. My home setup, no issues. Just these Samsung monitors, just garbage. Now my stop on Google is all the way down here. Daily open. All right, so I'll sit through that. As SPY is starting to structure a break. Structural break started there. Retrace, reject off that daily downside breaker. VWAP is also there on Google, so let's see if VWAP can hold up. My stop was actually my stop was actually here, not all the way down there, not aggressive. So right here. So PMH, VWAP, conservative all coincide in that area. If that doesn't hold up, I'm gonna have to get rid of our friend Walmart here. Our friend Google here. So you can get a nice little bounce, SPY, retrace, reject, or after that daily downside breaker. SPY wants to fill that gap. That gap is from yesterday. the weekly opening gap. 4 minutes away from the conclusion of first shift. All right, so 3 trades in first, 2 trades on Walmart, 2 trades on Google, 1 trade on Walmart. Currently babysitting Google. If I get that close on the 5 below conservative, I gotta get stopped out. We have that VWAP right below it, so I'm just gonna give it a little room to breathe. Market is dumping, SPY's falling off a cliff, Q's falling off a cliff. If that candle closed below it, I got to get stopped out here on Google. Let's see if there's some VWAP buyers, PMH buyers. It's hard because we're just dumping here. SPYs is dumping, Qs are just dumping. Let's get a relief pop at least. If we get all the way down here, that's a gap fill. We came into prior day's lows, retrace, reject. VIX continues to grind higher, guys. A nasty trap on NVIDIA. All right. Nasty trap on NVIDIA. First shift is 2-3 minutes away. 2 minutes and some change away. All right, so let us know how you do during the first hour of the day. Okay. Some opportunities available for the taking. Currently babysitting Google. See if Google can start to work its way to the upside. Buyers can congregate off of that VWAP, PMH, and push this thing higher. SPY already hit TP2. So see if SPY can recapture this and try to push into G50. G50 is at 746.81. Okay. Victory for Google would be give me a hammer. Give me a hammer off that level. And then on the next 5 minute, go 2 down, 2 up. That would be great. Okay, so let's see if Google can take us over the top. Walmart, that was a good TP on Walmart. All right, Walmart just completely collapsed into the downside. The VIX is still hot. VIX is hot, guys. VIX continues to push. It's approaching that 1650. All right, so in the next 60 seconds, first shift low sweep is going to be critical. All right, if there's no sweep below these lows, and it's just a retrace, reject, and a continued drop, we fill that gap. Okay, SPY, a victory on SPY would be here, guys. SPY reclaim this territory and get above that G50. That's what you have a key level right there. 746.81. Google did go 3 down on the 15. Okay, not the best news, but 3 down on the 15. That's bearish. See, even the last few seconds we can start to impact that candle, try to push it into 371.98. Can be very difficult to do that. We're going to need the help of SPY. Okay, we got the flip. We got the hourly flip. Google can break above 371.26. That'd be great. If it closes below those lows, then I got to get out of there. SPY testing that 746.81. So first shift is officially in the books, guys. First shift is officially in the books. Okay, so that's all you did during first shift. SPY starting to push back the upside aggressively. Sweeps these lows, starting to push. Major test coming up for SPY. That's 746.81. Google testing view up once again. So I can allow wicks in this area, but no closes. Okay, so who's done for the day, guys? See if the VIX can start to fade. If Google can get above 371.28, okay, we'll be back in business. Let me try to sort out this monitor situation. Okay, there we go. We're back. We are back. Okay. Now I can see the monitor once again. All right, so first shift is in the books, guys. If we have 100 likes, all right, I'll do a giveaway. I'll check at 10:35. We'll do a giveaway. So if you haven't already, guys, make sure to smash the like button on YouTube. First time viewers, put a 1 in the chat. Our goal this week is to get to 5,800 subs. We're closing in. We're closing in, guys. We're closing in on 6K. Okay. How do we do, strikers? First shift. SPY continues to dump, guys. Retrace, reject. So Walmart, not Walmart. Google is we're just hanging on to dear life on Google. Okay, so a stop out could be upwards of 30%. All right, but you're gonna have to knock me out. Get a close below there. If that's the case, I'll accept my loss. And we'll be wrong this time. Okay, so regardless, this is the last trade. I tried to squeeze in 3 trades during first. Okay. So I'll close there. I can accept wicks, but I cannot accept a close. SPY is just dancing with that G50. Now Google's seen some pressure here. Unless that wicks here in the next minute or so, I gotta close this out. Okay, gotta close it out there. As much as I don't want to close it, I gotta close it there. So Google stopped out there on Google. Okay, so I gave it as much time as I can. Okay, so I gave it as much time as possible. I gave it even to that PML into this territory there, and they gotta close it. All right. At this point, anything beyond this would be not following the system. All right, so the entry for me on Google is here. All right, the irony was I was talking about confirmation tax, and I didn't even wait for that full confirmation there. All right, but regardless, in the position, couldn't get a continued push to the upside, stopped out. Also, I didn't get a signal as well. So that's the third trade of the day. First trade on Google worked in our favor nicely. Walmart worked out nicely as well, and then the second trade on Google stopped out. SPY continues to grind to the downside. SPY continues to grind to the downside. Okay, when in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. So what does that mean? That means, okay, let's take a look at SPY on the higher time frame. Intraday higher time frame. Where are we coming from? Rejection zone. What do we slice and dice through? That weekly open, that PML, and that Dell downside breaker. Where is SPY headed to? 743.54, 745.37. So this is the likely bounce territory. Okay, accommodated with price action. That price action lead the way. So where are we coming from? We're coming from that rejection area. We start to reject, and then now we're coming to this bounce area 1 and bounce area 2. All right, so we got to treat this as a bullish zone initially, and just use price action if you're looking to trade that area to guide you in that territory. So these zones, guys, are no surprise. Okay, these zones are posted here. Daily game plan. All right, so rejection zone, bounce zone. Okay, today I got it at 7:32 a.m. Eastern. Okay, you can see. Okay, so there's no surprises. All right, to me, it actually played out a little nicer than I anticipated. Okay, so. But now we're here. So now we're below that daily downside breaker, on the verge of getting that gap fill after rejecting off that G50. Okay. Who's done for the day, guys? Who's done for the day? Less is more during these months. No buyers yet. Watching tick chart. Good, good, good. Quarterly open is coming up. Just like that. 7.2% on the account. Look at that, guys. That's a massive, massive win. Is that with IWM? Lynn, congratulations. 7.2%. Not on the trade, on the account. BAC. Printed money on Intel puts. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The printer is on. The printer is on. So the semiconductor sell-off. So Intel, nice little drop there. Did it give you a 50-50? Okay, got above the 50, fell back under it. If you have shockwave, and you'll get the signal here. All right, so even if you have that later entry with shockwave, it's still about $2 and some change. $2 and some change. Okay. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else? Anyone else? IWM for the win. If you scramble the letters of IWM, does it say no? It doesn't say win. It says WIM. We can change it to win. Intel for the win. Good, good, good. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else, guys? Let us know. We want to celebrate your victories. So in the case if you're wrong, if you're just completely wrong, all right, whatever you touch turns to coal instead of gold. All right, don't just keep touching things. All right, there has to be a limit. All right, there has to be a limit. Because if you keep going, if you keep spinning, you're only making your workload for the rest of the week, the rest of the month larger. As opposed to if you say, hey, you know what? I took these 2 setups, 3 setups. I stopped out 20%, 25%, whatever your stop is, 30%, 10%, 15%. Whether it's level based, ATR based, EMA based, whatever it is. If you just respect the stop, your workload for the next day or the next week won't be as heavy. But if you just continuously go, what happens is all the work you do from this point on is just to get back what you lost today. Okay, and you're basically just working for free. All right, so if you're wrong, if you're not able to gauge the action, get your proper reads, your executions aren't as clean. All right, what's going to keep you alive, what's going to allow you to survive is your ability to manage risk and your ability to respect your system. And just let it be a regular red day. Every red day does not have to be a complete bloodbath. Okay, so it's very important to understand that, guys. On the other side, Apple is starting to go on the other side. If things are working in your favor, okay, ATM is on. Extract profits. TP where you need to. Utilize trailing stops. And if you can catch one good horse, just ride that horse. All right, one good horse, ride that horse. Apple is starting to go. I like that cut on Google. Walmart starting to resurface back to the upside, to keep a close eye on that. SPY about to fill that gap. Just like that. So the DeepSeek sell-off, DeepSeek 2.0. DeepSeek 2.0. Hit my daily limit on risk. Good, good, good. So if you know what your daily limit is on risk, that's good. All right, don't go beyond that. Look at this, guys. I have no trades on SPY today. But SPY, this retrace reject, really and truly, even if I took this retrace reject, the likelihood I'll still be here is a fallacy. Okay, so if I took this retrace reject, all right, you guys probably know I'm taking a majority off right there. And then seeing if the runners can give me a little bit more, and probably take it to there. All right. Let me take a look on a big screen. SPY is king, 100%. That's on VIX. Yep, VIX continues to push. So if the VIX can start to pull back, that's 1650. Crack back below there. We might bottom out. Higher time frames. That's on the daily. Yep, we're rejecting off of that. Look at this, guys. Major inflection point on the daily. So it looks like they just trapped some of those bulls right there. So we broke right there. So during the game plan this morning, we get above that daily upside breaker, we might get some follow through to the upside. We can't get above that daily upside breaker. There's no follow through. This is resistance. So now the question becomes, is this going to lead to us gradually pushing to downside? Or is it just, hey, you know what? We find a nice landing spot on one of those fib levels in conjunction with the EMA, in conjunction with some other areas on the daily. Great call out, Doctor. Okay. All my trades today were actually to the upside. Okay, so all of them were actually to the upside. Some scalps. Again, guys, make sure to like the video on YouTube. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. We have 180 people joining us on this day. You can be doing anything else, but you decided to spend your precious time, your most valuable resource, tuning into our program, so I do appreciate that. If you're a first-time viewer, we go live every single day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, you can make an argument, gap fill. We grab first shift lows. If we're going to make a push to the upside, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to have to get a structural break here. If we can't get that break, the channel continues. If we can't get that break, we continue to the downside. Put wall 745, call wall 746. Very, very tight there. So do we break here? Break out or break down? Put in the chat, guys. Break out or break down? If you were to take a guess, you don't have to have a horse in the race to answer this question. If you were to take a guess, which way do we go? And to keep in mind that all the EMAs on the 1 are right there. Okay? EMAs on the 1 are right there. On the 5, we still have some room to get to that 9. We did go 2 down, 2 up. That 9 is slightly above us at that 7, 46, 65 territory. It's like right there. The 9 is like right here. On the 5. So if you take a 2 down, 2 up on the 5, you have room into the 9. You have room into the 9. Okay. Amazon put scalp. Okay, 9 coming into place slowly but surely. VIX 1650 response is going to be critical. Okay, VIX 1650 response is going to be critical. VIX 1650 response is going to be critical. See, we had a nice push above those highs. 9 EMA response. The 15s across all the indexes are inside. We do have a lot of selling pressure on that hourly still. That hourly candle is about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left until its conclusion. Four minutes left. Retrace reject on Amazon. If you're waiting for that flag on the 5, we haven't got a flag on the 5 yet, like a significant one. You see on the 15. Let's drop down to the 5 real quick. Alright, so we had a bunch of flags off the 1s. The 9's on the 1, but nothing off the 5, nothing off the 5 yet. Trade review. So 5-minute reversal. Combination here. Okay, where is that reversal's target? If you're looking to take a target to target, the target is right there. Okay, so now that leads us right into the 9. So if you're looking to take the 9 to the downside, you want to see price drive into it. You want to see bearish candlesticks. Ideally, if all the indexes can be doing the same thing, that'd be great. And the question becomes, if you do use a 9, what's your stop? All right, what is the stop going to be based on? Is it going to be level based? Is it going to be candle? It's going to be candle based for that particular candle, 5 or 5. Is it going to be percentage based? Is it going to be a combination? Right, but that 9 is coming up because we have not tested it quite yet. Okay, that test is going to come up. So what are some combinations? What are some bearish combinations you want to see here if you were to go short? Right, what will convince you that there's sellers there from the lens of the price action in that territory? What are some things you want to see? Okay, put in the chat. All right, so I'm trying to make it as educational as possible so you can walk away with some information. All right, so what are some things you need to see to build, okay, a thesis to go short in this area? Can you go just short here on its own at face value? Sure, you can go short anywhere, you can go long anywhere. Okay, but if you're building a case to go short here, what are some things you got to see? Okay, it can have to do with the VIX, it can have to do with the price action on SPY itself, and it can have to do with what the rest of the indexes are doing. GX, okay. All right, so we're out of that channel. We are out of that channel. We're seeing IWM starting to climb on the 15 minute. So IWM has an official reversal on the 15. SPY on the 15 is still inside. You guys can't see the screen? Oh, not sure why. How about now? I'm not sure why I lost connection. How about now? Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, so even if you're not trading, you want to do that price study. Instead of looking at the charts on chart replay, okay, it's always better to do forward testing, in my opinion. Back testing is good, but forward testing is better. All right, so making the assessments in real time with live price. Because when you're back testing, the environment is controlled. It's a controlled environment. When you're forward testing, all right, you're in the wild. Anything can happen in the wild. So look for a shooter here. Invert hammer. Okay, good now. Good. Okay, all those names starting to catch a bit off those lows. Okay, well, what was the VIX's response to that 1650? Did it bounce off of it, or did it slice and dice under it? Apple. Apple struggling at that PML. So reversal, 15-minute reversal already taking place on IWM. SPY and the Q still up for grabs. Keep a close eye on that 5-minute for that shooter. If you're going 1-minute entry, you're going to see a recapture of TP2 on candle closure. Okay. Today's stream, guys, we're going to run until 11:30. Okay, I have to take care of something later on. All right, so the stream's in the summertime. All right, we're gonna try to condense it. Okay, provide as much value as possible. Don't have you stuck to the charts for as long as possible. Get in, get the work done, and get out, and be as efficient as possible. So in this case, potential trade idea, that 5-minute rejection. Okay. So what this is a continuation type of trade. Okay, continuation, meaning what we saw earlier is going to continue to persist. So the entry would be this 5-minute candles low. Okay, your stop, but you have to wait for that candle to close on the 5. Would be all the way up here. Okay, but the way this candle closes, it matters. So the next 1 minute and 50 seconds, potential idea brewing. If it's not a shooter and it continues to push the upside, if it's a bullish candle, then there's buyers there. You have to wait until they get exhausted. So in this case, 5 for 5. If I were to do this, translate it to the 1 minute chart, okay, this is what it would look like. Upon closure of that candle, if it's bearish structure, this is what it would look like. Okay, because we did get that nice little break. So you're waiting to see if this candle can turn into a shooter. Doji can work, but you want it to close below. You want it to close below the initial open. Okay, and then now you can say you have your defined risk. Okay, your entry is below those lows, and your stop is right there. If it's a 1-to-1, it's in this area. If you're trying to play the entire thing, it's all the way into these lows. Okay, so you're using the 5-minute. Okay, as a way to enter and way to exit the position in the event that you're wrong. So at this point, what you're waiting for is this 5-minute candle to close bearish in the next 30 seconds. Okay, so if it's a 1-to-1, it's gonna be right here. If it's a scalp, you're taking it before 1-to-1. As soon as you see appreciation, you're not concerned about the exact ratio. You're just concerned about extracting profits. Okay, so this would be the idea. If it's positional, you're gonna ride this thing out. You're okay with the risk, it's all the way to the downside. Okay, so in this case, you can start to see it's working nicely. You waited for that 5-minute closure. Okay, so if you took this trade hypothetically, you would be short right here. So what are you doing now? What you're doing now is you're sticking to your plan. If you're scalping, you're taking profits as it drops. If you're looking for 1-to-1, you're waiting for it to get into this territory. But in the event that it comes in this area, you get stopped out. So now it's working in your favor. What you're looking for, guys, is do you want to move your stop to break even? Okay, so this is an illustration of the kind of setup you want to look for. Okay, this is what you need to do if you're forward testing. Okay, so that nice drop, scalpers will take their profit, they'll walk away. 1-to-1 traders, risk reward 1-to-1 will still be in the position. Because typically traders who take 1-to-1, they don't move their risk until they get that 1R. The ones who are more positional want to see the whole thing. This would be close to 4-to-1. They'll be looking to get this. Okay. So we just walk through piece by piece, guys, a setup that you can use. because it does no good for me to tell you go short a certain area. All right. So if you're a continuation trader, this is your textbook setup. You already got 1-to-1. Okay. So it depends which bucket you're in. It depends how you want to approach this particular trade. So 40 cents on spot, you should at least have 25%. And you got 1-to-1. Okay. So that's the approach you want to have. That is the approach you want to have. All right. It just depends on once the risk is defined, okay, you have to let it play out. In between what the risk being defined and in between you sitting in the position, it's going to be psychological games. Right? You're going to be existing between your ears. All right? And the more you do it, the more frequently you do it, the better you'll get. Okay? The should I. Okay? The should I is going to creep itself into your mind. Should I close? Should I add? Should I move my stop? Should. Just thousands of those should I's. Right? But if you have the defined risk, if you know what your desired outcome is and what you're willing to lose to achieve that desired outcome, okay, the should I's, okay, they start to get muted a little bit. They don't fully disappear, but that voice is a little quieter because you have a plan. Okay, so a scalper already extracted his 15, 20%, 25%, whatever the entry is, walks away. The one who was looking for 1-to-1 walks away. The one who's looking for the whole move, all right, is opting not take it there, okay, keeping risk all the way there and seeing if it can give him that 4R reward, unless you decide to take some partials. Okay. So that's why signals at particular levels don't work. The reason why they don't work is because everyone has a different approach. So if someone's approach is to capture this entire thing, this trade will be insufficient in doing that. If someone is a scalper, this trade will be more than sufficient. If someone is a 1-to-1 trade, this trade will be more than sufficient. Okay, one level can be interpreted in different ways based on what the objective is. It's the same level. Screen is out again. Huh. I can see it on my side, not sure. Okay, screen is, so it looks like some of you have your screen out. Some of you see it. Maybe try jumping out, jumping back in. If not, I'll just unshare and share again. All right, guys, this is more, folks on YouTube, this is more valuable than me telling you to take the puts here. Understanding how this works is more valuable. Because you can practice it, you can repeat it, you can look for this type of stuff and take advantage of it. Is it safer or better to do weekly options or 0 DTEs? Safer. The answer safer. That's a tough question. All right, options. Every risk is inevitable. I'll start with that. All right. So when you're taking a trade, the chances of you being wrong are always going to be there. Right? But the difference between the weekly and the zeros is you have to be, with the zeros, you have to be right the moment you're in. You have to lean towards being right instantly. because the clock is working against you. The advantage with the further dated contracts, you have a little more time to be right. You have a little bit more wiggle room. But if you're wrong, okay, from a trading standpoint, regardless if you have the zeros, the weeklies, the monthlies, the quarterlies, wrong is wrong. Right? It's just a matter of how precise you need to be. Okay, because the market will reward you the most for being more precise, for taking on more risk. So the zeros have the most amount of upside and they have the most amount of danger. Because most people don't know how to navigate that danger. Right? So, but if I was to recommend for a beginner, all right, someone who's trying to align the underlying with the contracts best as possible, right, I would stay away from the zeros. Because everything is accelerated on the zeros. Right? The losses are accelerated and the wins are accelerated. So if you don't have proper risk management in place, the wins can be very significant and the losses can be very significant. Right? So it's not one is safer than the other. Both are taking risk. Okay, the risk is inevitable. There isn't one that's not going to expose you to any kind of risk. All right, so the zeros are cheaper, they're less time. The ones who are further dated, they're more expensive. So if you're going to get the same amount of contracts, if you're using quantity type of strategy, you're going to spend more. But if it's based on capital itself, okay, you get less contracts with the further dateds for your money. So managing it can be a little bit trickier. All right, so both have pros and cons. Right, but if you're a beginner, if you're not a scalper, if you don't have the ability to enter and exit positions very quickly, or you're not in a position to do so, like say for instance you're trading on your break, or you're trading while you're doing something else, right? I'll say go with the further data, give yourself some time. But the further data shouldn't give you the reasoning to hold beyond the point that you're wrong. Just because you're further data doesn't mean that you can be wrong longer, right? Wrong is wrong. If that makes sense, okay? I know it's a long-winded answer, but that's the honest answer. IBM, trade wins. Yeah, nice breakout. This one right there, nice breakout, nice call out. Boom. And then that one right there, I believe, is the last one you got. IBM starting to grind to the upside. So some scalps are downside on IBM. No real expansion yet. So our trader one, okay, we're going to use that hypothetical again. Trader one, the scalper, and the 1R trader. Okay, he's done. Got his 15 to 25%. Okay. Walked away a long time ago. Trader 2, who's playing risk reward. Okay, still in the position. And trader 3. Could be think of as trader 3 or trader 1.5, kind of like a hybrid, or trader 3 in this case. You take some off and you keep the rest on. Could possibly be out of majority and babysitting runners. But we'll just use these two examples. So in the chat, okay, which type of trader are you? 90% of the time. Okay, so which is your style? Right, because you have to get to know yourself. To be a better trader, you have to get to know yourself. You're basically studying yourself. All right, so which one suits your personality? Trader 1 profile, and disregard if it works out or not. Right, don't answer trader 1 just because it worked out, and not trader 2 because it seems like it's not working out. It's not based on whether it works out or not. That is when probability starts to kick in. because everybody wants to be trader 2 when it goes all the way to TP4. But nobody wants to be trader 2 when it gets stopped out. So a good chunk of the trades, your approach, your mindset, which camp do you belong in? Okay, trader 1, scalper or with 1 hour trader, or trader 2, the one that likes to hold the target all the way through and play the entire structure. So let me know in the chat, guys. How many trader 1s? Okay. Okay, type A trader, type B trader. What a push on IBM. Nice call out trade. Runs right into resistance right there as well. So if you do have those runners, you can give it a little bit of time to see if you can get a nice little push. So trader 1. So now trader 1, in the event that trader 2's idea comes into play, trader 1 cannot fall victim to the FOMO game. Oh, I had it here, now it's here, what do I do? So you see how these things work, guys, because this is not part of your identity. Okay, so you weren't going to be there for it anyways. It's just the hindsight analysis is creating a FOMO. So the better you know your identity, guys, okay, the better you can start to mitigate the pitfalls. All right, so trader 1, if it ends up all the way down there, you already took your profits. Are you going to feel naturally some level of FOMO? Sure. But it's not enough FOMO to trigger you to take more trades, because you understand your identity as a trader. Okay, so the better you can identify which type of trader you are, the better off you'll be, the quicker you'll get better, and the quicker you'll start to capitalize on those opportunities, regardless of if either one of these play out. Because it's a game of probability, but you can't flip-flop, right? Know what your identity is 90% of the time, what you do 90% of the time, the bread and butter, and 10% you can start to maybe see an idea, and then but you have to have that approach prior to getting to the trade. I'm going to adopt this kind of thinking. I like the structure, bigger picture. Since I'm going to adopt this kind of thinking, trader 2, I might go further dated. Okay, so always think of it from that perspective. All right, we're still colliding with that 9. Anyone else? So we got 2 trader 1 profiles. Walmart's starting to go the other way. So now trader 2, okay, they earned this. They sat through this. Okay, opted not to take it there. Maybe sat through a little bit of drawdown. Back in action. So they earned this. Right? So you see how both win. Okay, but it's your style of trading. It's like you're what type of player are you? Are you an explosive, flashy player? Right, who's dunking all over the place? Are you a three-point shooter? Are you a passer? Are you a facilitator? Are you a rebounder? Right, you have to know the role you're playing, what your strong suit is. Okay, whatever your strong suit is, whatever your role is, okay, be a star in that role. be a star in that role. Spy trade fins. R.I.P. Spy. Okay, so that 9. So we walk through from the setup itself. Okay, how to identify that setup, entry criteria, and the different type of trader profiles you can apply to said setup. Okay, so hopefully you guys learned a thing or two from that. CA, California. Okay, I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Okay. Nice little push. Does it have enough fuel to drop to the downside? We shall see. Okay, still respect that 9 EMA on the 5. And you don't take that trade to the downside. You did manage accordingly. If you took profits already, congratulations. Okay, we're going to run the stream until 11:30. We'll hang out until 12 with the strikers. All right, so folks on YouTube, make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. Make sure to subscribe. My son has his first flag football game later today, so got to get a couple things ready. Scalp puts me 25% down for the day. Beautiful job. Can you get closer to the mic? I'm as close as possible to the mic. Right, I'm as close as possible to the mic. Hello, can you be a little okay? I got that join 10 minutes ago. Good. Beautiful job, Wiz. Did you buy puts? No, so I'm done for the day. 3 trades. But I wanted to use this as an example to illustrate what type of setup I look for. From identifying the setup, breaking down the entry, breaking down the risk, breaking down the reward, breaking down the management style of the setup itself. Okay. So SPY, slow grind lower. It is second, about to be third shift. Lily trade wins. I know Lily tried to break out Of course, it broke out last week, and it's right here. Actually broke out today. I had the massive push last week, back above all-time highs. Right, breaks those all-time highs, knocks them out, comes in, retests all-time highs, few times, holds up, and then pushes into the resistance today. So this one, the hourly, breaks out, and then now what you're probably looking at is this nice little consolidation on a lower time frame. So healthcare continues to lead the way. XLV, take a look at it from the 4-hour. Look at XLV, guys. XLV's at all-time highs. Pulling back slightly. Just a natural pullback on XLV. Alright, I can pull back all the way to that weekly upside breaker and still be bullish. Structurally still be bullish. Alright, so XLV is the one sector that continues to push this week. If you take a look at XLK. Okay, XLK doing the opposite. Alright, so XLK is below last week's lows. Okay, still bearish, looking for that retrace reject. If it comes into that weekly downside breaker, rejects off of it, okay, that bearish sentiment continues. If it ends up recapturing it, I wouldn't flip right away. It just tells us a lot of dip buyers are stepping in. Okay, but the inflection point is going to be the 60% retrace all the way up here. Okay, and we're testing that 50 MA on the hourly as well on XLK. The big one is, of course, SMH. SMH. So if you're just joining SMH, we did get some news in pre-market regarding NVIDIA, regarding DeepSeek. So DeepSeek 2.0. Okay, DeepSeek making its own chips. No longer as reliant on NVIDIA. We know they had the special chips for, they made it for China, but DeepSeek was able to get some of those chips. Alright, so there's chip smuggling is a big thing, guys. Okay, the new arm dealers are the chip smugglers. Okay, those are the new arms dealers. Alright, chip smuggling is a huge, and we know SMCI is basically the mule at this point. Alright, so you can see SMH, same thing, sell off taking place there. So XLV, rotation to XLV. We saw this take place very similar to what took place last year. Same kind of story. So trader 2, starting to get excited. Maybe trader 2 at this point moves to stop. Okay, those are the intricacies within the personality. All right, when do you move your stop? When you're in profit. When you're in profit, do you take some off? So these are the things after you get over the technical stuff, after you get over the fundamental stuff that you need to know. Okay, these are the fine details that you want to start to identify that work best for your personality. And that's the whole point of Shockwave. All right, to alleviate, okay, the technical burden, and then help you focus on these things, the things between the ears. Okay, how you manage your position. When it goes right, when it goes wrong. Right, we emphasize the importance of risk management, right? But that's just one part of the equation. We have reward management as well. Okay, you can be right. You can be up 60%, 70%, 100%, but it's not realized. So until it's realized, it doesn't count. Okay, so until it's realized, it doesn't count. Okay. Any questions on YouTube, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? PLTR starting to rock and roll. Nice breakout on PLTR. See if you can hold above that PMH. Yeah, finding good names like a scavenger hunt. Apple is working nicely off of those lows. We got Amazon falling off a cliff. Puts on Amazon. Meta. The number one thing that matters the most on Meta is 600. Okay, 600 critical level. Microsoft, not that much there. Walmart, look at Walmart, guys. Full circle on Walmart. We took Walmart to the upside. Profit extraction, and Walmart to the downside. Also some profit extraction available. So full circle on Walmart. SNDK. Behemoth. SNDK is a mover, guys. SNDK. Shockwave. Okay, caught a $100 push to the downside. Do you have to catch the whole thing? Are you able to catch the whole thing? Sure. But TP1 $24, TP2 $52, TP3 $75, and then 102, 103. All right, but what are you risking in SNDK? Okay, if you're just using this at face value, this is about a $25 risk. If you want something more conservative than conservative, okay, you can define a risk in a different way. All right, but you would have to risk this much, 12 to make, okay, 24. All right, if you're trading as a scalp, right, your stop is basically as it comes in, 10 to 15% stop, and you're just looking to extract out of it. That's a nice extraction as well. All right, so what are some things to pay attention to in SNDK? Spreads, cost of contracts, IV, those things matter. It's capital intensive. Okay, so it's not just, hey, it's working out, let me just take SNDK. You have to understand those things and do ticker due diligence. Scalp only 136% TP, $136 TP, right? Yeah, SNDK is a behemoth. Yes, we do live trade every day. We'll go right into our call to action for anyone looking to join our community, guys. You can do that by going to smartactiontrade.com. All the tools and resources are available to you. Smartactiontrade.com is your one-stop shop. What I believe is, okay, education through demonstration. All right, so I have the community to provide that for you. This community support, live trading and training, course and resources, options, flow data, AI alerts, supportive community, tools and indicators at your disposal. If you're looking for indicators, if you're a trader looking for a system, okay, we have indicators available on TradingView. Okay, so momentum indicators available. Shockwave 15, of course, is our leading indicator. 1.0, 2.0 available. If you're looking for courses, if you're looking to get up to speed on your education side, on the education front, and there's gaps in your education, we watched the video here, you watched the video there, you heard about something here, and there's a lot of gaps in your understanding, right? You can only go as far as the things you know. So you're going to have to get those gaps filled, and I do have a course available, okay, the basics of day trading, options trading simplified, structured framework, risk management, candlesticks, you name it. We thoroughly go through everything and cover the basics. That's also available. If you need one-on-one coaching, you need accountability structure, execution review, discipline development, custom trading plan development, chart setup, whatever it is, that's also available. So these 4 things is what's available to you to take advantage of. If you're looking to join the community, use the code TRIAL30. There's spots available, enrollment spots available for the month of July. They'll give you 20% off this. You have access to all of these features. You get to join us every single morning at 9:30 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern for our pre-market prep, and for live trading. There's no delays and no ads like you're seeing on YouTube, along with a host of other things. Everyone should be in the free tier. Once you're ready to level up to the yearly, you save 4 months of payments. You pay for 8 months. You get 12 months access. You have access to coaching call. You have access to Shockwave 15 1.0 for 90 days. Right. So now you have a system available to you. Make sure to take advantage of that. If you're looking for indicator, system-based indicator, that's also available to you here as well. Courses, that's available to you as well. If you're looking to purchase a course, the hack is the course itself. Okay, absolute steal, 5 plus hours, $99. But the hack is if you join the community, you have access to the course and use the code trial30. Right, so you'll have access to the course, you'll have access to the live training every day. You have access to all the resources for under $50, and then within that 30 days, complete the course. All right, that would be I would say the workaround for you to get the best bang for your buck. Okay, so again, take advantage, guys, while the prices are at this level. All right, so all the values available to you you get to be a part of the I would say the best community you can possibly think of. We have traders from all walks of life, all different account sizes, all different experience. So it's not just a bunch of advanced traders. We have beginner traders, we have advanced traders, we have people that trade different sectors, different indexes, lots of different things in here. So what makes us strong, guys, is our ability to collaborate and our diversity. That's what makes us a strong community, and the fact that everyone is willing to share, everyone is willing to help one another, everyone is looking to improve every day, including myself. Right, that's what sets us apart. So again, if you're interested in that, there's a link pinned up top. Once those spots are filled, okay, the only thing available is the yearly. All right, so first come, first serve is what's available, and that's how you join to answer your question. So your question just led us to segue into that. Okay. Why do you only trade 2 times a day if you can clearly find opportunities? Why do you? Because not every opportunity is going to yield. It's not if I 100% win rate, I'll trade 24/7. Right. So when the probabilities work in my favor, I take it, and plus the conditions as well. So I can take sometimes up to 5 trades. Okay, but in this condition, I'm just playing. I'm looking to be a little more cautious. If that makes sense. If my win rate is 100% and I cannot lose, I'd be taking 1,000 trades a day. Right? So I have a certain amount of trades I want to take. I have a certain amount of risk I want to allocate. And I want to save those units of risk for the setups that I deem are the best. If that makes sense. Hopefully that answers your question, Daniel. Right? So again, that's the same thing. If after you win, you don't have to just keep trading. If you haven't learned that lesson yet, you'll give back everything you've made. Okay, you'll give back everything you made. The way the game is designed is for you to do more and walk away with less. That's the design. Okay, is to do more and walk away with less every time. Right, so you have to take the right amount of risk at the right time for the right setup. Okay, leverage those setups. If that opportunity takes you to where you need to get to, that's good for the day. All right. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Now, just joined. Welcome if you just joined. I was unable to access the Shockwave indicator. Wrong username. Okay, if you purchase Shockwave, guys, reach out to me, Arnold. Okay, reach out to me, Arnold, and I'll get you situated. If you purchase Shockwave, if you got it on the yearly as well, you have access. If you got it on the yearly during the special, the 4th of July, I'm going to give you Shockwave for 90 days. All right. If you're looking to get the indicator is available on the site. Danny. Here. Okay, so there's the quarterly, there's the yearly, and there's a lifetime. You have access to it for 3 months, no auto renew, 12 months, no auto renew, or a lifetime with all the updates for $827. All right, but I tell people that if you want to take advantage of that, $100 more, you have 12 months access to the community, and you have lifetime access to the indicator. So lots of options there. All right, that's lots of options there. If you need help deciding, or if you don't know how to access it, just send me a DM, and I'll get you situated. Okay, so Netflix has been getting hammered. That's my pre-existing position. I'm looking to hang on to Netflix. What really threw this setup for a loop, right, was the gap up from today, right? The gap up from today, that might be a nice little trap gap. All right, so Netflix, I'm going to hang on to this until probably Thursday. The reason why I like Netflix, it wasn't something that I loved, but I did see something that I did like, right? And I know it's a little bit high risk, so I don't want to, unless I'm 1,000% convicted, I'm not going to throw those trades out there, especially in times where we can gap up, gap down. Okay, because the rationale can be different. My thinking can be different than your thinking. And there's less things that we can control. So let me pull up Netflix real quick and explain what I was seeing. Okay, and then we'll look to wrap up here. Netflix. Okay, this is what I saw on Netflix. Netflix. Okay, yesterday we closed the day inside. All right, so what I was looking for is, we're starting to fade here. We have a massive, we haven't talked about sell blocks in a long time. We have a massive sell block. Okay, if you read my book, if you traded with me early 2025, 2024, you know there's a sell block tap. All right, there's so many things we can do, right, but there's a sell block tap. So what I did is I decided to take this, front run this to the downside, take the puts to the downside in anticipation of this drop today. But what happened today was we gapped up. And that gap up made me sit through a little bit back and forth. And then now we're starting to sell off. Okay, so that's what I like on Netflix. So I still like Netflix to the downside. Right? The contracts did take a beating. But all I need Netflix to do tomorrow, okay, all I want Netflix to do now is trap all those bulls with that gap up and drive price all the way below 50% retrace of prior day. Okay, there's a little bit of an advanced setup, but this has to do with sell blocks. That has to do with the overall bearish structure and not buying into this initial pop the upside, fading this pop. Okay, so I could have waited an entire day but I wanted to front run it. What I was anticipating yesterday, the position was in the positive, was breakdown today. A breakdown, a gap down today, breakdown below those lows for that push below that critical level, push below 75. Okay, so that's Netflix. So I'll hang on to Netflix. It has until the end of the week. Okay, so by Thursday I'll see what I'll do with Netflix. All right, so we'll hang on to Netflix. Long term, if you're a Netflix bull, I mean, it's sitting right at that 200 EMA. Long term on the weekly. Okay, so that's where I am with the pre-existing position. Intraday, right? Intraday, that's why intraday you can take advantage of a lot of things. Intraday, Netflix is range bound. A couple of rejections off some critical levels. And here's a link to the indicators. Danny. There's a link. So Trader 2 is still in this. Okay. How do I DM you? You can DM me through WAP or the free tier Discord. Everyone on YouTube, make sure to jump into the free tier Discord. There's a free resource available to you. All right, click the join button here. I'll drop that link. You have a free news feed and a host of free tools and resources. Okay. That's a great place to start. Okay. No strings attached. Make sure I copy that, not the other link. Okay. So everyone should join the free tier. Yes. Shockwave is a plugin to TradingView. Yes. So it's an overlay on top of TradingView. So for instance, let me hide my drawings real quick. So here's Shockwave. Say take the puts here. You take the puts there. It says scale out. You can scale out, meaning take some profits. You can profit target 1 there, profit target 2 there, profit target 3 there, profit target 4 there. So that's all the upside. Downside in this case. Right? So all that is given to you via indicator. Okay, so this Saturday, all right, I'm just looking just to confirm the time. We will do a Shockwave webinar. All right, so for those of you interested in Shockwave, we will do a webinar. We're going to go through it, spend about an hour together. All right, we're going to do some, we're going to have a short presentation breaking down the science behind Shockwave, what the essence of Shockwave is, and then we'll jump into some Q&A. We'll jump into some setup of Shockwave. We'll jump into some demonstrations. We'll do some back testing. So make sure to join us at that time. I don't have that link available to you yet. I'll make that available possibly tomorrow once I have a good time slotted to host the webinar. All right, so that will be this weekend. Okay. Any other questions? If not, guys, we'll look to wrap it up here on YouTube. We'll hang out a little longer with our community, with our private community, guys. After that, I do gotta run, get prepared for a flag football game. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys found value. Smash a like button on your way out. Link pinned in the chat if you want to join us for the delay-free ad-free stream. And pre-market prep tomorrow. Stay safe. If you're green, stay clean. If you're still in the trenches, find your spots, pick your spots. If you took no trades up until now, no trades coincide with your game plan, that's a victory. Okay, regardless of which side of the spectrum you're on, let's come back tomorrow, look to take advantage of the best opportunities. We'll see you guys then. Stay safe, and God bless each one of you.